Hey guys, I'm What's Up. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great. By the way guys, today's story is going to be about Steve. And this story is going to be the darkest and scariest of all the stories we have done so far. So from now on, I want to give you a warning that if you like dark content, this is the kind of content that can ruin your mental health. And if you don't like such content, then I would request you to leave this video here. Because whatever you will hear and see in the future, it may not be good for your mental health. So guys, this story was posted by Steve in Reddit, whose title was, "I need your help, please save me." And this whole story is going to be about the dark web. Dark web. This is a place where no one wants to go. If you ask anyone about the dark web, everyone will tell you not to go there. It's a very dangerous place. You don't want to go there at all. It's a very dangerous place. But deep down, all those people want to explore the dark web somewhere. Everyone is curious about what happens in the dark web. And I know, all those who are listening to this story, they all want to explore the dark web once in a while. So this story is for all of you. Steve, a normal 25-year-old boy, he is working now, and he has a very normal routine. Actually, his job is going on work from home. The office people have sent a laptop in which he works all day, and when the job is over, he normally rests. Or he goes to the park and comes back home. He is living with his family, so he eats food and then goes to sleep. And the same thing repeats the next day. So this is how Steve's life is going on. Well, Steve's job is not that stressful. In a few hours, Steve does all the work in about 5 hours. And in the remaining hours, he is exploring the normal internet. Steve gets a site, a very interesting site, where if you enter, you will get a lot of such topics. Different topics. There is education, there is politics, there is sports, there is entertainment. There are different types of topics. And when you click on those topics, a separate page will open, in which a lot of people are discussing that topic anonymously. Steve finds that site very interesting. You can go to any topic and discuss it with any stranger. So Steve sees some entertainment topics in the beginning, where whatever is going on recently, there is a discussion about it. Sometimes it also goes into politics, where the government is doing what is right, what is wrong. All that discussion is going on. 5-6 days go by like this. Steve invests a lot of his time in that site. And after 5-6 days, he has started to find it a little boring to discuss the same topic every day. So Steve thinks, why don't I explore the other pages too, which I have never heard or seen here? Well, Steve is now scrolling down normally. After scrolling for about 10 to 15 minutes, he starts to see some strange topics. Like one topic is aliens, where he is normally discussing how aliens are visited and how aliens are real, which Steve finds very interesting. So there he also discusses for half an hour. He sees what is going on in the world. And after that, he exits that topic. Then he goes down a little. He sees more things. Like one topic is what the government is hiding from us, in which the government is revealing a lot of secrets, which you will not find anywhere on TV or in the newspaper. But after entering that topic, so many people are revealing there like this is published everywhere, and everyone knows about it. Steve thinks, wow, so much knowledge is being distributed here. And I don't even know what is actually happening in the world. Steve thinks all this, and then exits again. And now he is scrolling down more and more that he sees a strange topic, which is on the dark web. Dark web. Such a topic about which I guess everyone wants to know. Everyone is curious that what is happening in the dark web. And what happens when you go there? Well, with the same curiosity, Steve clicks on that topic. As soon as he clicks on that topic, that page opens, and he sees that anonymous people are talking very strange things there. All the topics they were talking about, Steve was understanding everything. But some strange things were going on here. Like someone is talking about bitcoins. But not like this about bitcoins. How can we give bitcoins on other sites? How can we transfer it to someone? And no one should know. Something like this. Someone is talking about hacking. Some strange things are going on. He sees that a person normally drops a link there. As soon as he drops the link, all the replies below that, thank you so much. Oh, I'm so great for this. And by doing this, a lot of replies are coming because of that link. Steve now becomes curious that what is there in this link that everyone went crazy as soon as the link came. Suddenly so many replies. Steve does not waste even a little time and goes and clicks on that link. As soon as he clicks on that link, all of a sudden Steve's whole screen turns red. Whole screen turns red. In the upper right corner, there were buttons. Buttons like to click there is a cross, to minimize, to maximize. All of that is gone. The whole screen has turned red, and a small box appears, which asks, "Are you sure you want to enter here?" Well, there is an option of yes and no. Steve is now curious. He wants to know what is here. Steve clicks on yes. As soon as he clicks on yes, an agreement type page opens in front of him, where you all have to click yes, 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 and you have to enter below in the ending. So he reads carefully. There are some rules there. There are about 5 rules written in it, which are that you should be 18 plus, and there is a little graphical warning that when you enter, you will see such things here, which is not good for your mental health. So then you see, if you want to do it, it has to be ticked on everything. So there are 3 or 4 rules like this, which has to be ticked. There are a lot of normal rules, like it was also in other sites. The last rule is that we work very hard for this life. And if you do not see this life completely, without seeing it completely, if you close this life in the middle, then it will be considered a disrespect. So please don't do this. Steve also clicks on it and enters. As soon as Steve enters, a live video starts on his screen. There is a room which is completely red. It's completely dark red. And there is a chair in the middle on which a girl is sitting. Steve looks a little carefully. Then it turns out that the girl has been tied. Her hand is on the back side and tied like this. And she's not even moving like this. She's just lying like this, as if she is unconscious. And there's a column on the side where the live chat is going on, where everyone is typing something. It's been 5 minutes, and Steve is continuously watching that live. There is no movement, nothing is happening. Just the chat is increasing very fast. There are numbers above. How many are watching live? They are increasing. The girl is not moving at all. The girl is lying like this, and nothing is happening. After 5 minutes, a man walks from behind. He comes. He has a bag in his hand, and there is a table on the side of the girl. So he takes out some things from his bag and puts it on the table. The things he takes out are very strange. A hammer, a plier, a knife, and a razor. The razor that you shave. He goes to the side and puts his bag on the side. And then he stands in front of the screen and says, "Let's start this live." Well, he is wearing a mask, so it is very difficult to recognize that person. But the girl, she did not wear a mask. She did not wear anything, and she is just unconscious. As soon as he says, "Let's start this live," the chat, it is running at a very high speed. It is getting so difficult to read each chat because it is swiping very fast. It is going up and up and up. So Steve is not understanding what happened. As soon as he said, "Let's start this live," as soon as he said, so many numbers have started increasing. People are so excited. Some people are donating a lot. They're donating in Bitcoins. Steve is not understanding anything. Okay, Steve watches the live. Well, the boy goes. He has a bottle of water near him. He pours water on the girl. He pours water on her face 2-3 times, so the girl starts moving a little. Well, the girl slowly opens her eyes, and the boy tries to scream a little, but she's not able to scream. It seems like he has given her a dose, he has given her a drug, or he is making her unconscious. The girl is still in a state of unconsciousness, but she is screaming a little. Slowly, as the time increases, the girl has come to her senses. As soon as she has come to her senses, she is trying to scream. She's trying to say something, but she is not understanding what she is saying. Now it takes a little more time that Steve sees. 4 such boxes are made on the screen, and in those 4 boxes, the 4 things that are kept aside, that comes here. Plastic comes, knife comes here, razor comes here, and here normally a hammer comes. Well, Steve sees that. Votes have started suddenly. All these things, the numbers are coming below them. All the viewers are voting to click on all of them. Well, Steve also clicks at one place, and they stay on your screen for about 10 seconds. That after 10 seconds, 3 things disappear, and only razor is left. Well, the one who is doing live, the one who is a human, the man who is there. He says, "Thanks for choosing this," and he picks up the razor from there. Razor comes to that girl as soon as he is coming close. Steve, feeling very uncomfortable because the girl is screaming and he is coming so close. Steve is not understanding what is going on, why people are voting everything, and what will he do to the girl with the razor. What does it mean? Why is she screaming so much, and why is it tied like this? Steve understood that something is shady, something is wrong, but what exactly? Steve was not understanding. Suddenly that masked man holds the girl's thighs like this, and he takes the razor and puts it in the thighs and peels her skin completely. The girl screams very loudly. Seeing this, Steve has gone mad. All the blood is coming out, her whole skin has come out, and that girl is trying to scream so much. That girl is not able to scream. She is not able to scream. It feels like her lips are sealed with glue. She is not able to scream, but she's in so much pain. Seeing her actions, Steve has understood that what is happening here is very wrong. Now Steve is not understanding what to do. Steve is sitting near his laptop. He goes away from the laptop. He's not understanding what to do now. He can't inform anyone. He can't tell anything. And he is watching such a life where all this is happening. Steve has such a mental breakdown that he is not able to understand what he is seeing. He is pressing the escape button of his laptop very loudly, but nothing is happening. I had told you earlier that when the screen was opened, all the buttons on the side, minimize, maximize, cross, they were all gone. They were not visible. Steve is moving the mouse. He's moving the whole thing, but nothing is happening. That life, there is no chance of stopping from anywhere. Now Steve thinks that I will press the power button and just turn it off. He's just going that again. From there, 3 come up like this, which is a hammer, there is a plier, and there is a knife. The man again tells everyone that vote. Everyone has started voting again. That girl is still shouting very loudly, and Steve is not understanding. Steve is not able to stop that life at all. He has tried everything. Not at all. And on the other side, the votes are over. And this time, the most votes have come. Those who have come, a knife. Well, as soon as the man picks up the knife, Steve started getting scared again. What will happen now? What will he do with the knife now? And that man goes a little closer and he puts the knife in the middle of the girl's lips, tears it all. And then it becomes clear that the girl was not able to scream because her lips, they were probably sealed, or they were stuck like this with fabric. When he took the knife, tears it all, his whole lips, from here. He didn't even run the web browser properly that suddenly again the screen of yesterday has come, the same red screen. Nothing is there, and below it is written, do you want to enter this life? And yes and no. Steve moves his mouse and clicks on no boot. Even after clicking on no, that screen remains the same. Nothing has changed in that screen. Means Steve is clicking no. Steve is clicking again and again, nothing is happening, and automatically it clicks on yes. Means Steve is neither clicking on yes nor anything, he's just clicking on. Now that life starts again, and when the life starts, Steve sees that it is the same as the old life or dream. Same tools are kept together, and maybe Steve is a little late. In life has already started. There are 3 to 4 things on top again. Boxes are coming in which tools are made, and everyone is voting, but this time something different happens in life this time. A boy is sitting instead of a girl, and as soon as those boxes move, and Steve sees when he's asked the condition of the boy, Steve gets very scared. That boy's these 2 fingers are cut, his cheeks are peeled, bleeding from here, half of his organs are cut as if somehow Niha shot a post-mortem. That boy is still breathing, and he has something tied around his neck like a board, and Steve is just watching. He's scared again. What happened? How did I come here? And how do I get out of here? Steve is very scared. That's when Steve sees that that man is a hammer, and he hits the boy's head multiple times until the boy dies. As soon as she dies, he leaves the hammer, he comes forward. The boy is laying in this condition on the chair. That man comes, he has a board around his neck. He picks up the board and shows it to all the viewers, and it's written in that board, the at this man has left or lives in the middle, and he has disrespected use, and he has been punished for it. Soon as Steve adds, this Steve can't believe it. Steve gets so scared that I had left such a life for him. I had left that life in the middle, and Steve remembers when he clicked on the rules. One of the rules was not to leave the life in the middle, not to disrespect us. Steve has gone mad. He doesn't understand what happened. If this is true, then maybe his next target is going to be Steve, and Steve knows this. Steve closes that life again. He closes the laptop and makes a call to the office. He says that I broke the laptop. You can't take the laptop and give me new one. Steve breaks the laptop. As soon as the office people get to know about this, they give him a small penalty and tell him to come back and change the laptop. Steve doesn't say anything. He goes back to the office and comes back with a new laptop. Steve thinks that maybe this thing is over because he doesn't have a laptop. If he doesn't know how to open the link, nothing is going to happen. Steve doesn't feel relaxed, but feels that the link is not going to open. The page is not going to open, so things are safe, and as soon as this happens, she breaks the laptop and goes back to the office. So it becomes night to travel and got to the office. It beco. Mesnight has a new laptop. He's setting up things. The name Saj comes in his mobile. He opens the message, and by seeing that message, Steve's breath stops. Steve reads the message in which it is written. Hey Steve, we have our eyes on you. Only this small message. Hey Steve, we have our eyes on you. Steve understands that this is the same Red Room people, and Steve is their next target. Steve doesn't understand how did this happen. Steve understands that when he entered Live, there are a lot of precautions that you have to follow, like hiding your camera using your VPN. There are a lot of things that make you anonymous. Steve didn't follow anything. Steve clicked on the link and Steve opened a page. Steve understood that because of this attract, Steve hacked Steve's things, even though Steve changed the laptop, but all the personal information in the laptop is now with those people who are operating the Red Room, and as soon as Steve gets this message, Steve is very scared. Steve doesn't understand what to do and to ask for help. Steve posts on Reddit, whose title is "I Need Your Help. Please save me, so guys." This was Steve's story. Steve didn't give any update what happened to him. Has she become a target? Or she still alive? Well, what he posted on Reddit, a lot of people gave their ideas, showed their concern, and asked to inform the police. Everyone told different things. I hope Steve is safe, because I checked Steve's page, there was no update. This was the last thing that Steve posted 2 weeks ago. 4 weeks, there was no response, nothing. I hope Steve is safe, and maybe alive, I don't know. These are the things which we don't know. So if you all are planning to explore dark web, or if you all are very curious about dark web, then please remember that these things do happen. So I guess that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, then do subscribe, because there will be more videos like this. Please let me know how was your story. If you want more dark content, then let me know if you want more dark content. But suspense and thriller, you can tell me. Basically, you can tell me your genre, which genre stories you likes. Oh yeah, that's it for today. Bye, and take care.